Hello everyone, welcome back to the ESL Pro League Season 8, the North American Division, and we're on to match day number 5 and into the second match so far today. We've still got 4 more after this, but so far this INTZ versus Luminosity gaming matchup, I guess a Brazilian derby one would say, has been pretty exciting so far.
Yeah, it's more like a Brazilian slugfest, like they just keep going at each other, the individual plays, break each other's money, one team glocks the other team, they're coming up cat, deagle, headshots for days, just the brutal, unpredictable Counter-Strike we love to watch. Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing to watch in terms of everything, and I mean, what could be more amazing to watch than maybe, say for example, a couple of people streaming as well on Intel processors, so I'm fairly certain most of these players will be playing on Intel processors, so there you go. I mean, maybe you can become a famous streamer one of these days, especially when you move. Maybe,
ooh,
yeah, maybe you can
watch.
That's
what I've been thinking about.
Maybe you can watch
soon. Maybe
you can watch Pilly lose some more league matches. So I don't know about that.
Probably. That's probably going to be a pretty entertaining watch. Much more entertaining than watching you win any.
Yeah, well, sure. I don't win anything, so that's why I quit.
That's why we need to get you back into it, and you stream all the losses.
Here's the thing.
But if you always lose, is it really that entertaining to watch you lose? I don't know.
Here's the whole thing, right? Is that if, say for example, because your team's losing a lot, right? And then I'm losing as well. If these two forces combine, then surely we'd start winning, right? Because
oh yeah, two negatives make a positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works in Counter-Strike.
reality. We're both just garbage. So
yeah, it's all right. We can be garbage together. And at least we put ourselves into
we
the bin.
live in the bin. That's why we're experts to say which team is in the bin and which team is not.
Because we're perpetually in it. Look, what I can 100% confidently say is that neither of these teams are in the bin.
Probably not, no.
And
I don't know, 1 of 5 is getting pretty close to bin territory. I mean, you're 1 and 6 now. Luminosity, be careful.
I wouldn't even say that at this stage. I mean, just looking at this domestic matchup in terms of how everything's gone, I mean, I can say that I'm fairly certain that the matchups have been against teams that have been able to upset them a couple of times. I think they versed E United in one of their matchups, I think, and they would have, I guess, split 1-1 apiece, which I can see coming in from E United. I mean, odds are still about the same-ish, not really skewed just yet, but I'd say that, I don't know, I mean, really don't know who to favour in terms of that in this one, because that felt like it was Luminosity's map pick. They started on the T side. So we're coming into INTZ map pick now. What is that going to mean?
What map is it?
I'll have to find out.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I like keeping things surprises. Like I like to go.
I'd probably say it's going to be like Inferno or Cash or something, but
I'd say the safe picks would be there. I wouldn't
the
like
shooty guy maps.
I mean, I wouldn't like to see it to go into Train, for example. Train is just more of those.
It is Train.
It is Train. Okay. I mean,
you would expect this to be the Luminosity pick.
Exactly. Anyway. That's what I was about to say. Is that I'd expect Luminosity to pick this up unless it was an INTZ Mirage pick and then Luminosity decided to start T. That'd be pretty interesting.
I love starting T.
On Mirage?
On every map.
On every map? Even Nuke?
Yeah, but it's been messing me up a bit lately.
You don't say?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that 1-2 loss the other day going for you at this stage?
Pretty good, yeah.
Maybe you should start CT more, Mitch.
I don't like CT side. It's boring. You just sit around. I'm the single side anchor on every. I'm the guy that jumps spots B. You think I want to start CT side? I'm the guy on Train that's like,
right.
We've got 4 outsides, so now I'm just going to sit on the back of the hump train and spot for and then throw a Molotov and then spot for information.
Here's the whole thing, right? Like, so this is INTZ at the moment going to be most likely starting on the CT side. So Phelps is going to be pushing into, all right, we should actually have a bingo wheel or a bingo card. It's like Phelps pushes this position and gets 1 kill. Phelps pushes this position 2 rounds in a row, gets 3 kills.
Can we actually do that?
I don't know. I mean, this is...
Let's just pretend, just think about a bunch of, things. I'm going to go Cello gets a 3K on a CT round. Also, Cello flies down SL and 1B someone. That's going to be another one of my bingo cards.
I mean, okay, so INTZ is starting the T side, so this is actually INTZ map pick.
Okay.
Which is pretty intriguing because
I kick it into Luminosity. Very brave, my friends.
I mean, Luminosity are quite a strong Train team. We'll have to see how it goes, though, ultimately, because it is going to be the starting round on the pistol side that INTZ have just been able to get a lot of control, and Phelps is already far, far in. Necker's trying to get the wrap around.
They're pushing up the train yard here. Henny's all the way in CT. Phelps, what a time to stop.
He just screeches to a halt, and the Henny's just confused at this stage. They know where Yell is, but the the kit's not in position for him. Phelps is still dealing it out against him. He goes, I don't care. I've only had 3 kills so far. Yell. I mean, KNG now wants a bit of action as well. He's going to be able to grab that. But really, that was just down to Phelps, just pushing in like a madman. There's no... On train, right? Normally you have a couple of stations where you're stopping out. No, this is express service right now. Phelps is going deep in. Express service to central. Central victory for INTZ on the pistol round.
Yeah, and any hopes of double orbs with armor and utility is just screeched to a halt at this point. Thoroughly derailed, I would say.
Unless they win a USP round.
Oh god. It's the rush out T-Con. Cello getting all the entries, tapping all the heads. And that was a pretty quick one.
Yeah, I mean, everyone
in the time that round took, Cam was able to open and close the door and the round was over.
I mean, that did feel like a bit of a shutout, to be honest. And we're into the meat of it, which is going to be the buy round. Yell's going to pick up that armorless AWP. No utility really to work off as well. And for Lucas, he's going to have to go with the rifle this time. There's no second guessing in going for an AWP or going for anything else.
This is like the 4th or 5th time now I've seen Yell with an AWP and Henny without. Interesting.
I mean, Yell was doing okay on the CT side. It wasn't as if he was...
He was not doing great. Alright. 4 AKs and a Mach 10. Inner's control very quickly gained here. Lucas throws down the smoke. He does not have a Molotov. So I would be feeling very afraid if I was Lucas.
I mean, Henny's come out to the rotation already. He's called for at least a single rotation. They're playing a little bit further back.
Now, speaking of like questionable calls, by the way, this is a very not questionable call going for an Inner's execute against a very low utility CT side. They actually do just flash play it. Just a pop flash in and 4 people running down lower and then Molotov onto CT, so not much of an exi.
Okay, 2 smokes used on Yellow Train and still manages to get the kill as well. The bomb just going down for now, but I mean, the smokes are eventually going to be fading, and Horvey is trying to get himself into a better position right now around that Yellow Train. No one coming in from the flank. It's all going to be a unilateral directional retake.
I don't even know what you just said.
I don't even know what I said, to be honest, but Horvey's in a lot of trouble. I know that at this stage, and he's actually have to go huge at the moment. It's going to be Cello as well as KNG also put up a good fight, and Cello, who's here in this close position coming in, he still lands a kill. Still's unable to convert it. Still outputting damage, and KNG's dropped the Molotov. Doesn't spot out Neck is, because the CT's already backed off, and I mean, KNG's going to go down, but INTZ still secures the round victory, so.
Yep, great call, to be honest. I do enjoy a good old contact play or an exit onto the bomb site when you know the CTs have very little utility to be able to defend. It's one of my faves, Kevin.
Yeah, the unilateral. That was what I was saying.
Yeah.
They're only coming in from one direction.
Oh, yes. The old One Direction. My favorite band. Yeah,
well, Yell's also my favorite AWPer at the moment because he's getting some impact done through the smoke at Ivy. And this is really just stalled down the push as Phelps isolated Ivy, still takes an easy duel with the CZ, and looks like INTZ's going to be having to give one over unless Horvey's able to sneak through and find a few. Not to be. You're down my boy, Yell.
They were saving Kevin. KNG, alright. Bombs down back of bomb chain, which is going to make this round quite difficult.
He's got a lot of time, though, so.
Question is, how often do you play in the SL position in a 3-on-1? Sometimes.
I think it's a safe decision to be going around at this stage, but Yell's going to be starting to suspect that something might be going on. So eventually going to be posting up and they're going to try and figure out, all right, how do we nullify this CT position or SL position coming in? Or is he just looking to save at this stage? Is also another question.
Yeah, looking like it's a bit of a save. Yep. Okay. Well, I mean, we went from great call to pretty questionable call pretty damn quick there. And it's looking like so far their overall strategy is not really...
I think they jumped
extremely deep.
Look, I think they jumped the gun a little bit here. Let's give them a few more rounds. If they do that because that's their go-to strategy and that's the only thing that they can do, then we'll start questioning it.
Well, it might be that sort of mentality where you go, well, we'll just sort of start it off with some good old flash pushy attack. You know, 4 rifles, go in there, see what you can get done. And if that doesn't work, then we actually play for reals.
I mean, the problem is, though, that INTZ economy has taken quite a beating. And with the first round loss, it means that they have to force up on some of their players. They can't actually get a full buy. I mean, Horby has to go for an AK with no head armor. There's barely any utility to work with. And Zan's only got its Eagle. Still got the AWP and KNG, which can definitely open up a few of these rounds. But the double AWP has come out for Luminosity very early on.
So, looking like KNG trying to make the impact towards enough. It's going to be a pick on upper ramp from Henny. Doesn't actually commit there. Lucas drops the molly. 2 players in SL. Zand counting his lucky stars that he doesn't get 100 to 0'd by that nade.
I mean, he was low already, so that's definitely not favourable. And
be another contact towards Inners. Very little utility. Would love to see a smoke out onto the high ramp and maybe a deep smoke onto CT Con with the Phelps trying the old flashbang in. Instead, it's just the walk into the AWP angles again, which, I mean, I feel like is just something you should never do against Luminosity if you know they have the money for the AWPs. But anyway, we're about to see it again.
Ooh.
Nice little shoulder. What an ang.
Trying to get the boost and trying to get the pick, but don't think the CT is going to fall for it at this stage.
Yeah. Look,
and time is running out, and there are 2 people in SL, and guess what's going to happen as soon as these smokes and flashbangs come out? Someone's going to be flying up that ladder. Phelps is trying to make a play. No smokes. And this has just been pretty much shut out from there.
Last one, Horvey in upper ramp, and they're about to be broke, Kevin.
I mean, he's trying to hold on to an AWP, but Neckers is already on the hunt, and I don't think he can really save this at this stage. He's boxed in. They know where he is. And he's going to die after time. Just run it in. It's worth losing a rifle at this stage. It's another resetty spaghetti for INTZ and Luminosity.
Huge resetty.
Yeah, I mean, this is where INTZ is able just to build up a bit of cash and get some comfort on this CT side, which is always good on the train. Always good to get a little bit of dollars in that bank account.
For sure.
Also, a couple of worrying times for INTZ in terms of force buying there. And, I mean, I can understand, yeah, you've been relying on a lot of contact plays, but upper is such a notoriously difficult position to be making contact plays from.
Yeah, you generally want to go pretty quickly there with flashbang rather than just peeking one at a time. But, you know, I'm no expert.
So, pretty quick round. All these anti-eco so far have been pretty promptly dispatched of, so we just get right into the thick of the action. And INTZ, yeah, another buy, but where's the utility, man? Where is the grenades?
Yeah, not to mention now you're playing train on hard mode because you're going straight into 2 really good AWPers and a CT economy that's going to really start to build if you can't start to close out some of these rounds. So this is probably where you start to do your good strats, if you have any. And good does not mean walk out Ivy with no utility. Shallow though. I mean, the 1-for-1 is actually pretty favourable for the CTs when they get control of T-connector like that. Usually you would say it favours the Ts, but full control of inner by Henny, number 1. Number 2, full control of T-con. The CTs just have everything and the Ts have nothing. As long as Lucas doesn't overextend here and Yell doesn't get caught out by people flooding out Ivy, this is going to be a very hard round to win. Lucas even hears them burning. Yeah, this is over. That's going to be another reset, I would say.
Yeah, Yell's still... I mean, Yell still has the angle as well, but not for much longer. He has to gift it up eventually. One of the tiniest lines to be spotting, but Horvey actually gets the first opening pick onto the B-bomb site. That's going to force a rotation out. Lucas has to abandon the Ivy position, and the bomb slowly making its way forward. Yell does not spot that player at the back of Ivy, so they're able to cross through A2 just in time. Now they've been spotted out. The game is up. They know where they're coming from. Lucas has at least the assistance on one of these players. Yell, he's rotating fast, realizes what the danger is, and the T's, they have no idea what's going on. They're going to walk straight into the door.
Really, really good positioning from Lucas in this 3-on-3. Henny gets caught out there, but Lucas just taking his time. Going to catch the person with the bomb as well. Already ready for Horvey. That's absolutely impeccable play in two different very important positions there in that very important gun round for Luminosity in terms of building the economy. I mean, they do lose the ult, which is going to be a chip off the old bank account. But I mean, he played Ivy retake impeccably against what INTZ was doing. And then he rotates all around towards inner. He puts himself in the perfect positions after his twin brother makes a little mistake there, getting picked on the inners. That was a great setup from Luminosity though.
Flashbang comes out just in time and still... Oh, even gets the dink as well. What are you going to do, Horby? You're going to have to back away. You can't.
Not a single gun loss as well.
Here's a fragging machine.
Dear God. Alright, I don't know what INTZ are going to do from this spot actually. Like, they've just given Luminosity free reign to run away with the economy. They've got like 8k on some of their players. Like, this is like literally textbook trained on hard mode.
I mean, they have a bit more utility on the majority of their players except for KNG. They need to start taking a bit of default control and not allow the double ops to get posted up. And KNG fast into SL. That's not going to work out. Cello, though, has been at least able to get one trade, but they're just going fast in the positions, contesting without utility and going down so quickly. 20 seconds into a round, the CTs once again have this numbers advantage and have the positional advantage just for now.
E-box smoke goes out, but numbers advantage, like you said, in favour of the CTs. They're going to make a mid-round push into inner, which is interesting, considering that they have the man advantage. Neck is going to try and make some damage happen from SL, but that bomb going down above SL, that's pretty much the end of the round. Neckis doesn't even need to overextend there. He does anyway, but I don't know how much it's really going to matter at this point, to be honest. It's going to be pretty difficult to get that bomb back for the Ts, and they are pretty low on health. Pretty smart positioning from Yell. Gets caught though. Nice little shoulder there from Phelps. The way that he peeks that is just so unorthodox. Little AD around the mid bomb train.
Enjoy the permanent Molotovs. That's going flooding in. And
oh, they got 30 seconds. 2 mollies and a smoke. Henny posted on the angle. Best of luck. Have a nice day.
They're double peeking him. That's smart, but unfortunately... it's not going to work because he just gets one and he falls away and he just drops the incendiary grenade. He goes, you know what, Zanj, you're a smart player, but we're giving you absolutely no chance whatsoever. And Lucas, he's going to finish it off through the smoke as well. Solid start so far for Luminosity. Still 6 more rounds left in the half, though, for INTZ to try to make a bit of a comeback. I don't know,
Kevin. I gotta. You just look at the numbers, the little green numbers in the bottom left side of your screen. There's a lot of them. And where's the depth coming out of INTZ? Here's the faster strat. It's going to be a bit of a timing push, really. They don't know Phelps is in Olaf and the Ivy contacts coming out from the rest of the team. Henny's got all control of inners for the 15th time, it feels like.
Yeah, and Phelps has just been able to... I mean, now Lucas has to put up a huge fight, but Phelps from Olaf just coming out and... I mean, INTZ have been able to get one round and, I guess, reset the CT economy a little bit, but that comes just back off an individual effort, not off, I guess, a team play. So, INTZ are just going to have to be relying on just getting these huge team... individual efforts getting across to try to get them rounds.
It was a pretty decent call, but you got to really question how well that would have gone if Phelps doesn't triple up there and if the Ivy push doesn't, like, even get anything done in that round. Because the reality of it is the impact from T-Con makes that Ivy push so much more successful than it might have been.
It also helps because, I mean, okay, imagine a world where Phelps wasn't able to get to Olaf and not get the double kills, then you'd have Lucas still at Ivy alongside with Yell's AWP and control of T-Connector. That's the scary thing. And I don't think that Ivy pressure would have worked then. Plus, that's a different world.
It's not that common to see an AWP playing around that sandwich sort of area. And if someone's really good at playing that position with the AWP, it's really annoying to play against. And it's difficult to deal with. Because you think about it, he can pick anywhere. He can go back a brown and pick SL. He can push up and peek deep into SL. He can peek deep into T-Con. He can go on top of the trains. He can peek Ivy. As long as he's got a good rifler with him, making sure that his other angle's covered, he can just get unlimited frag potential from that position. Once again, it's a triple up towards Ivy, trying to put pressure this time on Steel, who has very little utility left to work with. Neck is solo into SL. Henny again has full control of inners for like what feels like the 5th time in gun rounds alone. Look, we got to say though, for how dominant I feel like Luminosity is on top of this, especially in terms of the economy, INTZ does have 4 rounds. So 1 or 2 more individual plays like we saw from Phelps, and they have an acceptable round count on T side, regardless of the momentum and the economy being in the favour of Luminosity, it feels.
I mean, and we were talking about how the CT side had cash. They don't have that much more money left, I guess, in their bank accounts. And Phelps is actually through that edge of the flashbang just in time before it pops. Still goes down at the end of the day, but the trades are not coming out in the favour of INTZ so far. They're getting individually picked off, and Yell so far able just to gain control of these corridors and just utilise the AWP. Neckers has been waiting this entire time, and now it's all down to Zand. Pretty much stuck in stuck in sandwich. He is going to be sandwiched right now. They know where he is, and Lucas dispatching with ease from Ivy so far.
Did you have on your little bingo card, Lucas gets a kill through smoke on Ivy? Because I would be slamming that one right now.
I think he's already got another kill through smoke. I wouldn't necessarily say like 3 or 4, Ivy. Mate. Yeah.
3 or 4, I feel like, through those Ivy smokes. Just playing retake and spamming them through the smoke, that's pretty annoying. Anyway, 4 to 5k on the entirety of Luminosity. It's going to be a pistol round out of INTZ. Some of them have bought, some of them haven't bought. None of them really knows if they're fallen into this, which is pretty worrying. Right. SL Flash is very ineffective. My lord, the transfer from Neck is there, Kev.
That's sharp coming out, and oh my goodness, the Madman's going for more, but he gets punished for it. Not to worry though. Yell's still here flying half a ship, and he's able to get 2 kills.
Yeah, Yell's half a ship is still much more than INTZ is flying right now. They're like floating on a motorbike through space pretty much at this point. They're trying to start the engine up. Someone's gone and put washing detergent in the fuel tank because half of them have bought and half of them haven't, so they're not really sure what they're meant to be doing at this point.
Well, they're going to have to be on the eco for this one, that's for certain, and that means more money for the CT side. That means more rounds as well for Luminosity to be closing out on their T side as well.
Yep. I feel like they're going to go 1 for 1 on each other's map pick, but, I mean, can't speak too soon due to the fact that, I mean, INTZ already has 4 rounds. They just need 1 more.
Here's the thing, I mean, when we say opponent's map pick, it's not like it's a nuke, for example, where we're seeing a team pick it and gone, all right, they've got an atrocious T side. This has pretty much been, all right, Luminosity have been really solid with a double AWP setup, and INTZ haven't really adapted to it.
Steel playing the Ivy this time instead of Lucas.
Oh.
Triples up. Very sharp. All on Horvey. He's just going to take a little walk down the stairs here towards inner. I don't think he's going to like this area of the map. Oh, okay. Gotta love the audacity for the repeat there. No respect.
I mean, there's got to be a certain stage where you just got to, you know where he is. You've got to be swinging at him.
The longer that you give him room there, the more opportunities he has for 1-digs.
Exactly. Put the pressure on him to land the shots. I mean,
you kill him, he can't 1-dig anyone.
This is just,
delicious.
That's just, it was just cool, calm, collected coming out from Steel.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a sick flick. It was just a calm movement on the wrist. He's done it before in practice. He's done it before in his sleep. And that Ivy take, it was just with pistols, shut down once again. Another buy round, but you really have to ask at this moment, Mitch, what is going to happen at this stage for INTZ?
Yeah, so INTZ is going to walk dry into some more bangles. They're going to get killed. They're going to be sad. And they're going to save next. But they can't, so they'll have to force. And then they're going to go down 11-4. But then I feel like Luminosity is going to have a terrible T side and still struggle to close it out.
I'll have to wait and see.
Who knows?
Have to wait and see. Also could be Ints are going to be better on the CT side as well. So, I mean, I guess the problematic factor is that Ints have expended a bit of utility in uppers, but they really haven't taken control of it.
They have pushed the CTs back though, which is just as good as taking control of it. And it's looking like they intend on going for a bit of an outside split. Yell though is going to be the big problem. Not to mention the old Steel and Neckies combo. The double rifle towards Hell and retake Ivy. 30 seconds there, really running the clock down on this one, which means this rotate from Henny is going to be pretty solid. But he's coming in through CT com with an AWP. That's a great flash though.
Horvy's close to the smoke already. If he's able to get much closer, but Yell's still able to dance away Horvy. He's able to slip through the smoke. Also spots the second AWPer. He's able to delete him at the same time. KNG allow the angles to work with now that the AWPs have been tied away. Lucas won't be able. Oh, he drops the Molotov. The bomb plant will go down just in time. KNG won't take too much damage, but knows that the last player should be coming in from this Ivy position. And also hears the shots as well, and KNG will be able to dispatch of things at the end of the day. So INTZ do manage to finally pick one up on that T side, looking much better on with that structure.
Yeah, Horvy sneaking into that smoke really makes that round much more tangible than it might have been else, especially with the Yell opening up with the double. If Horvy doesn't double up there, it's all over.
And good work by KNG as well. They got just utilising the angles. Given the luxury, really, Horvy bought all the space and time for him to make use of it. And good pop flash, and Lucas straight through it, but Cello, he's trying to hold on desperately where the rest of the teammates are coming forward just a little bit late, but Zan's coming in with the UMP, drive by to try to take this in his position. But with 20 seconds just burned out from the round so far, into so much time actually just to let things settle down before you decide where to go for this final round of the half.
Surprised that they slowed down this much, to be honest. I mean, they are waiting for some pushes from the CT side, trying to get aggressive and take some more control of the map due to the fact that they're down a man and it's the last round. So even if they do die, I mean, there's no huge impact on your economy. There will be no pushes from the CT side, though. They're all just going to rely on individuals trying to get some picks and then fall back, especially with the two AWPs on Outer and Ivy. I mean, what can you really say? They have potential to be getting kills for free.
All right, Henny's just cleared out Ivy. And with that flashbang and T-connector and no noise, they're starting to suspect that it's going to be an Inner's take.
Ooh,
Yell is going to be here.
Is there going to be util used?
There's a lot of smokes.
They got a lot of util. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to use it.
I mean, Horvy's got something lined up. There it is. First smoke and a connector, I would say. And then the two Ts now lining up.
Just a flash.
Just a flash. They're not going to smoke the cross. Yell given a bit of opportunity to work with. Yell is going to be picked, but no one has cleared where Steel is going to be. And Steel trying to dance around, trying to stay alive on the site for as long as possible. KNG will miss the flick, and Steel might have just been able to do enough work. It's reset down to a 1-on-1. Phelps going to get the bomb plant down. Henny coming in with the Desert Eagle. Phelps uncertain on which angle it's going to be.
Can't believe it walks right bomb that quickly. Take some balls for sure.
And
oh, what a shot! Dear God, that was sharp. Just the adjustment on the head, that would have been a messy spray from like 99% of all other players. Still would have got it done, but just the fact that he just one taps in. Got to get it done.
Absolute requirements at the end of the day. Steel tried his best to bring it back, but Phelps just strong enough, and that 1-on-1 clutch to, or that 1-on-2 clutch really from Phelps to...
9-6 though, that's a yikes for Luminosity, for how much economy control they had on the CT side of Train. Oh my lord. I mean, Pistol, INTZ could definitely even it up, and then we've got a game on our hands, and Luminosity really hope that they have a decent strat book on Train, or I feel like, I mean, INTZ is going to have people running at them in SL and maybe pushing into TCon. They got KNG running around with the AWP. Some scary prospects.
The classic pushies.
Oh, the old pushies from Cello.
Pushies from Cello as well as Phelps. So, and that I think makes it so difficult because a lot of the times a team, for example, would be trying to sit T connector and trying to maintain control of it on the T side, and you got CTs, you got Cello and Phelps running around barking mad. I don't know who's calling for them. Let's just say that Zand or Horvy are calling at the moment.
Horvy's calling, I think.
Oh my goodness. That's just, like I said, it looks like Phelps has been doing it his entire life.
Looks so easy.
It wasn't like even a sick flick, it was just cool, calm, collected once again. I've said it before for Steel, I'll say it again. But USP's just a little bit too strong at long range so far. Good start for the CT side.
Oh my lord.
Jeez, INTZ have just deleted them.
They make it look so easy. It's almost like they're professionals or something. Steel trying to walk through Ivy.
Oh my god. It's just what heads are just rolling at the moment, except for this time around. Cello's just going, all right, I made a mistake, guys. I haven't got the one taps. And Yell, run to the hills, mate.
This is the stats play though. There you go.
All right,
there's
Cello
one stat.
All right.
Did you just call him Chelios?
No, I said Cello.
Cello.
Yeah, Cello. All right, so INTZ picked up the pistol, and like you said, it's with no bomb plant this time around. That third round buy is not going to be absolutely spectacular. Can't really all force up Deagles as well in this round, so gonna have to go for the Glocks. We've seen success with Glocks before in Mirage, but I don't think we'll see the same coming into Train.
You're just not believing hard enough, Kevin.
Ooh, not the juiciest pineapples we've seen before.
They all stopped. They were apprehensive. What were you saying about Glocks again?
That's all right. They haven't won this round, so done a lot of damage, but they haven't won. A lot of things. The CTs have invested in the good old helmets this time around, so Luminosity, they'll be able to get the buy up, but Yell's gone for the bodiless armor.
Naked.
Just bodiless orb. He's only got a head floating around with the orb.
He's only got the scope. Just actually have an orb under it, so all he does is look through the scope and tell people about things. Which is really the way to go, really.
All right, so it looks like we've got a pause going. I mean, I've been playing a lot of, I've been like playing a lot of BF1 at the moment. I had to like do award missions and whatnot, so trying to progress and unlock more things. And one of the requirements was using, I think, what they had in World War I was these trench periscopes. So it's like, imagine a thing that sticks up so you can look above it.
Yeah.
Not really applicable in Counter-Strike.
Kind of like in a submarine.
Yeah, kind of like in a submarine.
Well, that's not actually true, Kevin. You can get that glitch where you're just floating in the air and you can run around and give info to your teammates. Have you seen that one?
Yes, I have.
There's your trench periscope for you.
As soon as it happens, so a lot of the time, I'm just spamming crouch and jump as soon as I can because I just hate
There used to be one where, oh, and never mind. Hold that thought. Got a lot of pressure on outside here. He's fallen back into T-Con, though. I think it is Yell as well.
Oh, no. Phelps is timed out.
Has he?
I think he has, but
That's all right.
it's all right.
Just going to kill the... Oh, okay.
Nope.
Trade.
No, okay, looks like Phelps had a brief moment, but
He was just checking his phone, Kevin. It's fine. Oh my lord! That
did Yell timeout?
Did Yell? Did everyone timeout? Hello?
It's like, okay, no.
Are they all playing from the same house? I'm confused.
They're literally like bedrooms away from each other. No, that's
gonna be walking through Ivy though. K&G close with the ump. Yikes. The crosshair placement. As
Still,
you said.
he's just checking everything at this stage, and he's just pursuing forward. Phelps goes down as well, but they don't know Cello's here just yet. So good turnaround from Luminosity, in all honesty. They lost a couple of initial opening picks, but now Zand, he's managed to find the edge of the timing to get the bomb down. And Steel looking to re-challenge the angle. Another headshot for Steel. It's all down to Cello in a 1-2 at the moment. Lucas going to walk out, and he's going to make sure that SL's going to be clear. Retrieves the AWP as well. And
Beautiful.
Might be seeing a pause right now, so it looks like Henny disconnected. Right, so the other thing was a sniper shield, right? This is all the way back in World War I. And what they actually used to have was shields that they place with little holes in them.
Oh, yeah.
It was the worst challenge I ever had to play.
Why do you have holes in them? You shoot through them?
Yeah. That was the challenge. It's like you had to get...
What if the sniper shoots through the hole, though?
They can. And also, in actual history, it was not very effective. Because the thing was really heavy, right?
Yeah.
And bullets would go through it.
Why don't we just bring tactical shields back into Counter-Strike?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. Imagine just someone going in with a 5.7 these days.
Yeah, you're
on
right.
that thought, let's not bring back tactical shields on
that. You
that.
had your riot shields in Modern Warfare 2. Those are pretty funny.
Oh my goodness. Talking about weapon balance, right? It's like, whenever anyone goes, but weapons are in balance, I'm going, look, all right, there were the things called the Model 1887s, and you used to run around akimbo
Yeah.
And you just destroy fun. What else was good? One Man Army Pro. You'd also have Commando Pro,
Yep.
Marathon, Sprint around. You just have the lunge distance of 500 miles.
Oh, here we go.
All right, back into
it.
that. Back into the real action now. So Luminosity,
Real games that are not
real games. So
real gamers play Counter-Strike, Kevin.
So INTZ, they force back up into this. Luminosity also on the cusp of really just breaking the CT economy. Yell is just going to be giving up this position for now.
Good that he does as well. Risky business to try and challenge KNG when he's scoped up on the top of the pallet like that. 3 towards Ivy, but this time Luminosity are using their grenades, Kevin. Cello in SL with the wet noodle. Ready to slap some fools.
I'd even call this weapon a wet noodle. This thing can do damage.
I mean, that's how I just picture it, because whenever someone shoots it, it's like someone doing this. If you just hold down mouse 1, that's what I see. You just kind of flail it around and hope for the best sometimes. I guess now it is a lot more tappable, though, with the tweaks.
Well, the Masters have to be doing some work, but unfortunately they can't. And the AWP, I know we get the first shot down, and Phelps is exposed to too many different angles, and KNG gifted some opportunities, not able to make it work out. Cello with the CZ, he goes, all right, you don't need a rifle, lads. This is what you need. You just need a pistol. Now they're all stuck in Ivy right now, and KNG, he's watching the angle. Now he's laying the shots just at the right time as well.
Good old radiation sound from the bomb. Definitely not frustrating at all if you have to play on the bomb train and nothing's happening.
I mean, they're committing now, but this is a little bit too late. And Cello, he's still alive, all down to Yell with the AWP. He steps away, he does a little bit of damage. He does like 7 damage with the AWP through the aircon, or through the E-box, whatever you want to call it. And as a result, INTZ, I don't know how they managed to steal that round away.
Was that
full
resetty? 1 lost bonus or 2?
Yeah, that is full reset.
Full resetty. Unlucky.
Man, Cello, it was looking so good. They would get the kills from Ivy, and then Cello just goes, I've got a CZ. This thing's better than all the rifles in the game. He gets 2 kills, and
that's how we saw INTZ win the last map, so I'm not really too surprised at this point.
And Cello just going huge.
Yeah, Cello going huge. Other people also going huge.
All right, Cello, how big can you go?
Whew.
How swole can you get? How many protein shakes have you had before this workout at SL? All right, no one's coming to him right now.
Yeah, they're going to head towards Innis here. They actually really need this bomb plant. Problem is they might feed Zand a couple of bomb plants in terms of UMP money.
Oh, that's juicy coming in from Zand. 3 kills. Look, he's done enough, and KNG missing that flick shot means the bomb plant does go down. So, look, not the worst case scenario for Luminosity.
Paid for the ump and made 600. Good investment.
I mean, he lost the helmet and armor, and he lost an incendiary grenade. So, actually, technically didn't make his investment.
The Glock. You just heard the burst fire.
Doesn't work out. But they managed to get the bomb plant down, so that was the goal. At the end of the day, they've achieved their goal.
Yep.
And they can...
But there's a bigger goal afoot, Kevin. It's called winning this map. Be out of that one?
Yeah, but 10-10 apiece at this stage. This is where the fun begins.
Indeed. This is where the plays get even more exciting. Smoke onto upper ramp from Steel. He's going to Molotov the lower ramp. KNG doesn't care. He doesn't care about grenades, Kevin. He doesn't even kill people.
He just takes 1 point of damage from maybe eating a grenade, but Henny just goes in and just challenges Horvey on the angle.
Good old dry peeks from the AWPs.
Fast Ivy take. They might try to wrap around. And KNG, he's not expecting this explosive push coming out. And the push is still continuing. Henny, he's watching Cello like a hawk. And Phelps, how does he get away with that?
7 HP. It's been kneecapped. 1 HP left on both Yell and Phelps pretty much. Luca's trying to wrap around behind. Phelps is aware, but it doesn't matter. You don't have enough Harry Potters to be doing that. He's only got 7. Zand, once again, pretty low money compared to the rest of his team. Potential for a buy here, though. I mean, you give Cello another wet noodle. You drop an AWP over, and now you're working. You got 2 AWPs, actually. And Neckers has got himself the Mackie. He actually expected a save, I would imagine.
I mean, it can still be effective against Horvey as well as Cello, but there is the helmets protecting a lot of these riflers, and they're going to be boosting Phelps up into that on top of the sight position once again, spotting the T connector. Pretty strong if Yell say was going to be AWPing it, but they're just out, and no one's called it.
No one's watching anything. Cello evens it back up. Horvey's going to grab another. We're in a 4-on-3. The double rotate coming out through CT connector, and the Ivy push hasn't even come in yet through Steel. This pacing from Luminosity is all off. Steel trying to lurk through while the rest of his team just gets absolutely carved coming out of SL.
I mean, cut, carved, sliced up, doesn't matter which way that you phrase it.
Yeah, either way, it's delicious. Right?
Sticking a knife in it. They're not looking too hot at the moment. It's really down to a sick lurk play or some nice openings coming out from Henny. Scatter starting off with his pick on Sand, but still he gets the dink with the CZ, gets the information. He's able just to fall away. Now Henny's able to make that movement work out a little bit.
Yeah, 40 seconds. There's potential here. Never mind.
Cello's still alive.
Bomb was also in T-Con. Okay, that's a nice shot. Cello is no longer alive.
Henny's keeping this expensive as well, even if, I mean, I don't think there's enough time to rotate. He's just going to go and save at this point, but where is he going to go for it?
No, he doesn't have time. There you go. He's
I mean, he
for it.
does have time. He's making a lot of noise, though. I don't know what to make of this rotation play. And he's going to miss a shot at the end of the day, so that is still going to be the double AWP in INTZ hands. Luminosity, they're going to be reset.
Again, second time this T-side. As soon as they win a round, they get reset. Thing is, though, they're keeping the CT economy pretty low. I think I would have taken a tactical here, but anyway, they're just going to take a full slave. Maybe try and get the bomb down and buy up into the next.
Might be another B site take this time around. No, 2 inside T connector. A few more in SL. And Cello. They just make contact with the Glocks, and oh boy, I've seen this round work out before, but this time around, the Rifles able to keep the distance and not get dinked out. Corby also with an appearance from Ivy with the AWP as well, so now it comes to pause, because they need to talk about if they want to force in this round, I'd say.
Oh, your defs force here. What a waste it would be if you didn't.
Your defs?
Defs. Big swing out of the coffee mug there from Kevin. He goes, your defs do that, huh?
Your defs do that, huh? Yeah.
Getting ready for the gun round. Better get some coffee in me. I don't know.
Here's the thing, right? Mirage, look, all right, it was a little bit exciting, a lot of nice gunfights, but this is where the real action heats up. 12 to 11 at this stage. Not that much money on INTZ economy, and even if they've got the double up, all it takes is 2 good rounds on the T side, they reset. So they have forced up into this. Looks like that sip of the coffee was good. Mitch was right.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Henny's got the AWP glass cannon. They can't decide who their primary AWPer is.
Everyone can AWP.
What about me, Kevin?
You can AWP as well.
Thanks. Don't know if that's a wise investment, but anyway. They put very small amount of pressure on Ivy. They have 2 grenades between the 5 of them.
That's all in Steel. A single smoke and a single flashbang. This has to be the best contact play in the world for it to work out.
CT's just playing retake inner. Can't blame him for. I actually love this setup from the CTs, I have to say. I really must say. Great setup. Very unorthodox. Very hard to read. And fantastic for this inners contact that's going to come in. The question is, Zand, how much time is he going to buy with this molly? Can he get a pick on the entry? What is that molly? They hit an edge of something. That's really unfortunate. Horvey picks one on the cross, and that's the bomb down as well, which is really going to slow this down. This SL push is going to be able to come in.
I mean, there's already one behind in INTZ as well, dancing around. Henny, Cello trying to draw the shot, but Henny's not going to fall for that one. They're not going to expect Yell to be here. The CT is completely split up at this stage. They are still watching the connector, but I think they're suspecting someone else at this stage. They weren't expecting Yell to be there. Now Phelps, he's also coming in from behind, and he's still darting around, trying to throw as much utility as possible, but Phelps.
That's a master stroke from Phelps. He lets Steel actually run past him there. It's not quite over yet. Sneckers is still alive, but he does get taken out by Zand, who definitely doesn't want to get himself killed jumping off the harbor ramp. Can't say that's definitely something I've done before.
He was thinking about it, but he went, oh, I'm a little bit low here. The economy is not too good.
That round's all the setup and all Phelps. Phelps just buys his time there. Waits for Steel to run past him. Doubles up. Could have even tripled up. But definitely securing the mid-round there for your boys over on INTZ.
Doesn't even give enough space for Henny to react. Even if Henny was able to snap around, it was just too late. I mean, they did manage to get the bomb plant down. Oh my goodness. We're talking about pineapples, and that is an absolutely big one because 85 to Lucas.
I mean, Brazil somewhat known for tropical fruit. So, I mean,
that's
I'm sure they have plenty of pineapples going around.
I don't know about that.
You don't reckon?
I don't know if pineapples are a thing in Brazil in terms of if you can grow them.
There are plenty of fruit, that's what I know, but I don't know. I mean, pineapples grow in tropical climates, don't they? Surely, Kevin.
Time to find out. Look, this is a great thing at the moment.
These are the questions that we need to answer. All right, you look at pineapples, Kevin. I'm going to talk about the game a little bit because it's getting pretty interesting. CT economy is getting absolutely rolling, and they're getting pretty close to match point here, which is very scary for Luminosity. However, Luminosity, plenty of money to buy all the things in the world. Potential is here for them to string multiple gun rounds together and make a run at this. Thing is that they're about 2 rounds away from any kind of reset potential on INTZ, which means very little mistakes can be made. What's the verdict, Kevin?
I mean, you've got to be favouring INTZ at this stage, right?
I'm talking about pineapples, Kevin.
I'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it afterwards in the pre-show, in the post-show wrap-up, because
Roger that.
This is where things get heated up, and they're just going fast out. One's already out on Olive. Molotov hasn't really come in from the CT side to nullify the position, and Henny's able to get the pick down that Ivy lane as well.
Cello, though, if there's ever a person that you don't want in a position like that, instantly punished by neck doesn't even matter. That could have been another one, but you're up against Phelps. Fair go, mate. You get double dinked. Not much you can do about that one. All right. I think it's Yell and Seal going to make a little play at this Ivy position. And in the small man situations, when you get down to the 3-on-3s, the 4-on-3s, the 2-on-2s, going through a position like Ivy or upper ramp is extremely hard for the CTs to hold.
That flashbang was not good enough to nullify Steel. Who was waiting for it? 2 and 4 now. KNG, not sure which corridor to be looking at. Has to find the right one, but he misses the flick shot. And now the pressure is really going to come in. But Zand, just on that crossfire as well, able to at least bring it back down to 1 and 2, but he can't really bust out. Henny's watching the angle, and he even lands the headshot as well. So Luminosity able to at least strike back. But as you were saying before, INTZ does have the money to buy up for now.
Yeah, and here's the problem as well. You can't be winning those rounds in 2 people alive situations because you're draining your economy down. You lose this round, you've got 3 people, double eco territory, your opponents are on match point, you are forced to buy. Yell and Lucas, the best they will have is like 3,200, 3,300. That's not a lot to work with there, Kevin. Must win round for Luminosity. Double flashes over onto the Ivy position in case one was avoided by an ult, but the second one might catch him so that you're able to post up on the line as Henny, he does do so on the left side, and it is a pretty slow one from Luminosity. They're holding for a push towards inner from Lucas in a very passive position. He's going to head back now. 2 people holding onto the T-Con as we have seen plenty of the old double shift walk into T-Con. Pop flashes into T-Con also.
Here's the thing, I don't know how well this SL take is going to work out, or this SL hold's going to work out for the CT side. It feels like it's been nullified quite well by Luminosity from this T-Con players coming out. They're swinging and making sure this SL position's clear. Now out comes the play, and Henny once again able to get the pick, but they can't land the entry on Phelps this time around. And Cello going to be dancing around as well, dropping the smoke, trying to nullify the angles, and KNG now offered a bit of movement, a bit of opportunity to strike. Lucas trying to make his way forward. Down to Lucas and Henny once again, but 30 seconds left. Bomb nowhere close to being planted on the site.
And he's been fantastic in these small man situations, but with only 23 seconds to go, if he's still sitting at A2, I don't know that there's going to be a lot he can do, especially with KNG playing up on this brown train. Zand does get caught, but I don't know how much that's really going to matter if Lucas drops the bomb there. Both of these players in position to be able to defend it, and Henny's just got to be able to hold on to the AWP. That is a full resetty on Luminosity. They will hold on to the AWP, and Henny will be able to buy himself a flash, but that's going to be the main talking point of their T-side gun round going into match point.
It's not a promising sign as well, because match point is at least 3 for INTZ to try to secure. They can even afford to eco for, I guess, the next one after this, if they do drop it, to get a full buy coming out. Their money isn't that crash hot either, though, so definitely still a chance of Luminosity coming back into this. Henny so far has been really strong on that opening pick with AWP.
Yeah, and very strong in the mid-round as well, making the impact kills to be able to try to close out the situations in the 2-on-2s, the 3-on-3s, the 4-on-3s, the post plants as well. He's been absolutely fantastic in, which is something that you have to give him credit for, especially because he's sort of got that reputation as a bit more of a streaky sort of AWPer, but if you're closing out those post plant situations, that's something you'd more use as a talking point of someone like Device, you know? It's going to be smoke and a flash down towards inner. They're trying to force out utility from the CTs. They're not actually exiting on the bomb site just yet. Still 3 smokes and a handful of flashes to go, but not much utility left on the CTs. The exit does come into inner, which is looking like it will... How many of these flashes will actually catch TTs and let Ts get into position? They're just going to dry jump down the lower. Henny ready to punish anybody, but Zand is still alive and he's on the off angle. KNG picks one as well. They're all dropping like flies, Kevin. Steel is trying to lurk out T-Con. That's it.
Yeah, 16-12. It's going to be the victory for INTZ at the end of the day. And Luminosity, it was a great start on the CT side, but INTZ were just able to get enough. And their CT side, what we saw in Mirage was dominant enough. And they got the job done on the CT side predominantly. Their T side was a little bit lackluster ultimately if you look at it and you compare it to some top tier teams, but it got the job done against Luminosity. At the end of the day, they get the 2-0 today, which is pretty solid for INTZ, but as you were saying, for Luminosity, a couple of worrying signs in all honesty.
Yeah, I'd say INTZ had plenty of worrying signs as well. The talent's definitely there on the roster. The calls can be a little bit questionable. It's definitely a case of we're going to do some pretty broad stroke things and then try to have our players, like, you know, close out the rounds as individuals and make impact plays, make 2 to 3Ks and stuff like that. Definitely relying on Cello for that aggressive firepower and the multi-frag capability. Definitely trying to rely on KNG for that AWPing prowess and ability to close out rounds and stuff like that. Phelps as well on those aggressive lurks, trying to open up things on the T side. Their CT side looks pretty darn solid though. But yeah, as for Luminosity, I mean, I don't really know what to say. I felt like individually they definitely had high frag counts. They definitely looked like they were hitting their shots to some decent capacity, but it didn't really feel like they were going to win this game since about this point in the T side when they closed out this anti-eco and then the next gun round or whatever, and they had so much money at this point in the round. But this is exactly what it was, wasn't it? It was the individuals on INTZ really making the impact plays and allowing them to get enough T side rounds to be able to make their CT side much more competitive than it might have been if they'd secured as many.
That's all you need sometimes, just a bit of space to work with. They were able to get the pistol on the CT side as well, which kind of gave them that leg back in. And unfortunately for Luminosity, I mean, 3 rounds on the T side is just not enough at the end of the day. And they weren't able to get a good streak going. Luminosity were able to force back and pull out a round. I think really where it started falling apart was where Luminosity They were up on a 5-on-3, but Cello comes away with getting 2 kills. It was like after this, they come out of Ivy, they get the first 2 kills, but they actually lose a round from there. Cello's able to get 2 kills with the CZ. I don't know how, and they get picked apart from there from A2.
And that pretty much summarizes it, isn't it? It's like, this person gets a double, we don't really know how. This person multi-frags or whatever. And that's the thing that's worrying about a team like INTZ, is like, when they go to like a premier tournament or whatever, you're not just going to catch people like not being able to trade frag and catching people jumping across this screen and in the open. Like, it's fine for an online Pro League match, but if your T side fundamentally relies on people multi-fragging and people doubling up rather than the trade potential, which was what you saw more from Luminosity. I mean, you saw people coming out Ivy together, you saw like Steel and Neck is trying to come out Ivy and get that trade frag and stuff like that. That's really not what you were seeing from the side of INTZ. It was more like you had people walking in packs, but it's not like they were doing clean, like, entry lines where one person was clearly running out in front. When people were trying to entry and like open up rounds, it's like, I'm Phelps or Cello, I walk out here and shoot, and no one's really in position to trade me realistically. We just have a bunch of people sort of playing their own game, sitting in their own positions and not being close enough spacing wise, but hopefully if I create enough room up here, if I get a kill up here, then you can come in behind and play your game and make impact that way, which is not really a consistent thing if you're going to go play like a top 10 team in the world, but maybe for an online Pro League match it might work a little better.
I was going to say, I mean, for Pro League matches, it definitely worked out for this one. Probably in ECA pugs as well, definitely would work out as well. So I'm fairly certain they'd probably be winning all the skins, especially
for sure.
Phelps. It's just, I mean, a lot of the time it is that aim practice that really it really just came down to the firepower, and what better way to be really practicing, I guess, with ECA pugs. But I mean, ultimately, I think for Luminosity is that it wasn't really over-aggression coming in from INTZ on the CT side. It was just solid CT holding.
Yep.
And
their CTs were both decent. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about their CTs. I would say that I really like the aggressive style that they brought into it, for sure. Definitely very refreshing, but their T side definitely left more to be desired for. I'm just not really a big fan of whenever I see somebody in both maps seem to really struggle in terms of the T-side fundamentals and like just really rely on the contact plays and individuals fragging out. That's usually not something that really tickles me personally. I don't really see that as something that can be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to firepower consistency at the end of the day, right? Which
sure
isn't always there. But that is the first match over, so INTZ will be able to take that 2-0 over Luminosity. But the next matchup is going to be Envious up against Ghost Gaming just after this break.